Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GOGI Games Invitational.
Someone actually said it's pretty boring to wait, but so we're back.
Round 5 now.
Yeah.
We're in standard. I'm James Church-Morley. I'm not with Mick this time. I'm with Mark Tan.
And it's first
Mick's gone off for a well-deserved break.
I think it's the first time casting with you, right?
I believe so, yeah. But both professionals.
Yes.
And we're gonna do well. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So we've got Lunyi Tan on the left-hand side of the screen, playing a Teamer mid-range deck. He's basically playing Teamer Energy without Attune with Ether.
Yeah.
And Ilham on the right-hand side is playing Ramanap Red without Ramanap Ruin.
So it's an old matchup. Right?
So basically, I saw Ilham earlier writing out his deck list, and he wrote 18 mountains or something like that. And I go, that's interesting. He goes, I just gave up. I just couldn't pick what to play. And the ban came down on Monday, and then these guys have 5 days or so to decide on a deck for a brand new format they know nothing about. There's no data out there.
Yeah,
there's limited Magic Online data. Your first impression, who do you like in this matchup? Do you think the Ramanap Red deck or the red deck is good? Son's Ramanap Ruins?
So traditionally in this matchup, when there's no ban, right, they both have their Attune Aethers and Ruins. It's always favored to the mono red player. No, sorry, it's always favored to the Team Energy player.
Okay.
The reason why Ramanap Red was not as rampant. Ramanap Red beats every single deck in the format except Team Energy. That's why it's played lesser than Team Energy. So I actually like Lunyi in this matchup.
You like Lunyi in this matchup?
I like Lunyi in this matchup because he's running a traditionally good matchup. And if we're talking about skill level, Ilham only has 2 years of experience. If you've seen his player profile, he only has 2 years of playing Magic, whereas Lunyi has 10 plus years.
Yeah, that scares me.
Yeah,
Ilham is so good at this game after 2 years.
After 2 years. I remember the first time he actually walked into the store. He actually started playing when the store just started up.
Okay.
So he's one of a homegrown talent kind of thing. And he's pretty good at Magic.
He is good. So Mick and I were talking on Wednesday on the stream. We were talking about this, and I said Ilham's like a person you don't want to be in your draft pod at F&M. If you see him in your draft pod, you're just like, he's gonna have a bad time tonight. Because if I do well, I'm gonna have to play him at 2-0, and I might get him in the first round, and I know he's gonna smash me, and I just feel really bad about myself.
But he's really dedicated. He's here every Monday for draft, Tuesdays for standard, and he's always here on Friday Night Magic playing standard or draft. He just loves the game. On the weekends, he just travels out of the store for once, playing a PBDQ, and he comes back with new experience. And then he has his whole playgroup here as well, and he helps the playgroup along, get them to get better at Magic as well.
Yeah.
So he's a really nice guy.
Yes. So hopefully we'll see him. He'll be one of the new wave of players on the Pro Tour sooner rather than later.
I really hope so. He hasn't won a PBDQ yet, if I recall.
Okay.
But I think that it's going to be soon that he wins a PBDQ and go to our
sooner rather than later.
And he's only 21 years old.
I know, that's also scary.
Yeah.
that also scares me quite a lot.
Yeah.
I just feel very old.
He's okay. So the interesting fact is that the top 4 players coming into the event, the top 4 seeded players, are the only players left in the upper bracket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only players left.
So even though they didn't all get through their group unscathed,
yeah.
So Jeffrey obviously
finished in runner-up.
He finished in runner-up in first, but they've managed to reclaim their rightful position at the top of the standings.
Yes.
So they have a somewhat easier. So they have another loss to give basically. So if they lose in the upper bracket, they can drop down into the lower bracket.
Correct. The winner of this game goes into upper bracket finals, which means they lock top 4. And top 4 is, I think, at least $300-400, somewhere around there.
Brilliant. So they're playing. And as we progress in this tournament, what you're going to see is that each match, the tangible amount of money attached to it increases because as you get closer to, and as we've had 4 people eliminated already who took home $150, this round we're going to have another 400 people eliminated. And then we're going to have another 3 people eliminated. So, the money's going to go up and up and up as we get closer.
So this match would either... This is actually a $100 match.
Okay.
So the loser would at least... if the loser loses this game and loses the next, he'll finish in the top 8, which means he'll get $200. But if the winner will at least get $300.
Wow.
Because they locked top 4.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a $100 game.
Wow.
Right
so
now.
that is, and that is quite a significant amount of money.
Yeah, yes.
And it's a reward for people who have consistently played excellent Magic in the past year at GOGI Games, and have been rewarded with a seat at the Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting off here. I believe that Ilham is on the play.
Let me think. No, Lunyi's on the play.
So Lunyi's on the play.
So Lunyi is coming into the elimination bracket as the 2nd seed.
Okay.
And Ilham's coming in as a 3rd seed.
Okay.
Yep. So it's really close. Lunyi on the play just makes me want to pick Lunyi for the win as well.
Yeah, in standard especially the play, because you game 1 you're in the play, you win. Game 2 you're in the draw, you lose. Game 3 you're back on the play.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a Botanical Sanctum on tap from Lunyi, passes the turn, and then and here we go, Mountain into Soul Scar Mage, which is 1/2 with prowess, and whenever a spell deals damage, they put that much -1/-1 counter on it instead.
So a cool fact about Soul Scar Mage is that it could be a double-edged sword against the black-green deck and black-green deck because of the Winding Constrictor.
Yeah.
So like Winding Constrictor is really good against Winding Constrictor because you can put more counters on someone else's creature.
And then Lunyi turn 2 Servant of the Conduit, which was the sort of the traditional energy start where they want to go turn 2
without the turn 1 Ether.
Yeah, sadly, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Attunement of the Aether died for the sins of the whole deck, really.
And so Lunyi is going to be a bit weird on mana because he has 2 fast lands and he has a Rootbound Crank in his hand. Okay. So he can't go his 4-drop this turn. He has to wait a turn.
Okay. Yeah. But he's still able to play a 3-drop on curve.
Yeah. So if he draws an untapped land, he could go Cup into a removal spell. So which is a really good start. So
we're going to see attack, then and then shock on the Servant of the Conduit, and then prowess trigger, so 2 damage to Lunyi down to 18. And we can see Long Tusk Cub and Rootbound Crag.
Yes.
Long Tusk Cub, the hallmark of the energy deck. People talked about Rogue Refiner, Bristling Hydra, but Long Tusk Cub on turn 2.
Yeah.
And if you have a Tomb of Aether, you can immediately put a +1/+ counter on it. And then what's blocking it in standard? Nothing.
You need to have a Braid or Harness Lightning on that turn, or a Fatal Push. Yeah. You need to have a removal, if not, it just goes out of hand.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see how the format develops now as well. Yeah. Is Long Tusk Cub as big a threat as it used to be? My feeling is no, but, it's a wait and see. Yeah. And then third Mountain for Ilham.
Looks like he really gave up. 3 mountains.
Yeah. I think he's played 18 mountains and 4 sun-scorched deserts. Just take out the 4 Ramunap runes, just put them in the cupboard and put 4 more mountains in.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised on Nihon's choice of deck because he usually plays mid-range decks, mid-range into control. Like he played Team Energy for a long time. I was thinking that he was going to come in with Grixis Energy because I saw him testing it for quite a while, and it's a pretty powerful deck. Or a Team Energy with Phoenixes instead of Rogue Refiner. But he decided to come into this tournament with Mono Red, which is pretty interesting. Okay, and we're going to see Captain Lannery Storm, which is so 2 in a red for a 2/2 Human Pirate, and it has, when it comes into the battlefield, or when it attacks, you get a treasure token, and it gets +1/+0 for each treasure token you have. Yes. So no, I think it's whenever you sacrifice. Oh, whenever you sacrifice it, so it's a 2/2 attacking. +1/+0. And so Ilham's leaving the Soul Scar Mage back on defense. Yes. And and I think his play may be, sacrifice my treasure to for a shock or something and put the tokens on the Long Tusk Cub. Yeah. Or maybe he just wants to trade. Just want to offer up a trade because Long Tusk Cub, he knows that Long Tusk Cub will just goes out of hand after a while. Okay. So Lunyi decides to take the damage. Down to 16. Yeah. It's actually pretty interesting because Long Tusk Cub was actually one of the cards that they wanted to ban, but instead of Rogue Refiner. So, Rogue Refiner, I think Rogue Refiner was probably a better ban. It was. It doesn't kill the black-green deck because if you ban Long Tusk Cub, you kill multiple decks. And Rogue Refiner. So innocuous. It just does a lot of things though. It's a body for a reasonable cost, draws you a card, and gives you energy. It's just this perfect encapsulation of the team energy decks, like so mid-rangey. Yeah. And I think we'll look back in time in 5 years' time and go, oh, look at these ban cards. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, Attune with Aether and Rogue Refiner. It's like, hang on a second. Wait a minute. One of those things is not like the other. And a second Long Tusk Cub for Lunyi. Yeah. Interesting, he didn't pump up his Long Tusk Long Tusk Cub that attacked. So this is an interesting play. If Lunyi, probably he's reading Ilham for some kind of shock form, because he left the Soul Scar Mage on defense. But I think that when he attacked the Lannery Storm and not with the Soul Scar Mage, you can kind of tell that he doesn't have shock in his hand. Okay, that's my read on the game. Oh really? Yeah, I don't think he has a 1-mana removal. Because if you have 1-mana remove, he would have attacked with the Soul Scar Mage as well and try to offer up a trade. Oh wait, actually would it? Shock. Yeah, because it puts -1/+1 counter on this guy and it'll kill it off. Okay. So I'm not sure. So yeah.
And Lunyi didn't have a fourth land there for his turn either.
Yeah.
Just played a second long cost card, passed the turn back.
Losing tempo there.
Yeah, we can see his hand.
It's
I think
full of
he has an Abrade.
Willover too.
Yeah, I think he has a lightning strike as well. So he has cards, but he's just constrained on mana at the moment.
And the sad thing about this is that he can't draw any more fast lands.
Yes.
Yeah. So he can't draw any more fast lands. He needs to draw basics. And he can't even draw the check lands.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty bad for Lunyi. This is why Aether was so good in his deck, right?
Yeah, just get you a basic land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is fine.
Yeah. And we'll see if Ilham wants to attack here. Tapping 3 mana. So for an on-crop crasher.
Yeah, I think he'll be attacking here.
Do you think he exerts it here as well?
It's probably going to see a shock.
Okay, so Magma Spray.
Yeah. So what Lunyi really wants is to draw like a mountain. Like a basic cool mountain, that's it.
It's rare when someone goes, oh, I really just want a mountain right now.
I mean, if he draws, I think he's fine drawing his Shelter Ticket as well, or like
Okay.
a Rebound Crack. I think the game is gonna be.
Yep.
Okay, so what is Ilham representing here with this attack? Probably a Braid.
Okay.
Yeah, probably with no blocks.
So so predictably no blocks from Lunyi.
So it's a lot of damage here. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Potential to be, if he lightning strikes, will be 4, 5 plus 7. It'll be 4, 5 plus 4. There'll be 9 damage if he decides to lightning strike here. If he sacrifices.
Yeah, the sacrificing the treasure. So I think Lunyi's thinking about that at the moment and going, well, what combination of cards could? Because I guess with Captain Lannery Storm, you want to use your treasures in your turn when you're moving towards the combat step. Yep, and here we go, sacrifice the treasure.
And he's going for lightning strike.
Lightning strike. It's down to 13. And then prowess trigger from Soulscar Mage, so it's now a 2/3.
Yep. And why did Ilham do this? Is they want to clear his hand for the Hazoret.
Okay.
So if he draws a land next, then he could just cast a Hazoret and later land cast a Hazoret and start attacking.
Yeah, and a tight spot for Lunyi here.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether Ilham will actually want to play by lightning strike one of the cards away, and use Hazoret to try to win him the game, instead of trying to go on the race.
What you've seen from Lunyi is 2 turns now he hasn't played a land.
Yeah.
So you know that he has, he's looking for mana. So presumably Ilham wants to finish the game as quickly as possible before Lunyi can start going wild with Rogue Refiners. With Whirler Virtuoso, sorry.
No more Refiners.
No. Yeah, because he knows that Lunyi's only able to play 1 card a turn at the moment, but as he develops his mana more, that's going to be 2, and then Ilham with objectively the less powerful creatures is going to just be outclassed.
Yeah. So Ilham drew a land, which he really needed that land as well. He could go, because with that land he could go Hazoret and free up the Abrade in his hand as well. So he has a removal and a bomb this turn. I think what's going to happen is
so cast the Hazoret.
Yeah, I think we saw on camera today somebody have 2 cards in hand.
We did, we saw that. That was last round. Yeah,
it was quite painful. Every time that happens, it's like 4 mana do nothing and it does nothing again.
Yeah, it's shades of the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Or, the famous moment where Yan Wing Chun
attacked
drew the winning card and then didn't play it before attacking Hazoret.
Yeah.
But, I've heard he signs a lot of Hazorets.
Yeah. He has 150 Hazorets. I see him, like, when I go to GPs, I see him all the time.
Okay.
And he's, like, the nicest guy to speak to.
Is he?
He's a friend, right? And he'll, like, either we go to casino or, do something stupid like that. He's really nice to speak to, and he's, like, always so happy. So it's kind of sad to see somebody so happy to make such a mistake, right?
I mean, it happens. One, at least he's playing in that high stakes. He's in the top 4 of the Pro Tour, but everyone makes mistakes. There's it's just...
I was so fucking sad. I'm so sad when I saw that happen.
Well, he'll never make the mistake with Hazoret again.
He'll never make the mistake again.
So, Ilham has gone to attacks.
Yeah.
And I think Lunyi's thinking about either making some tokens
to block
with Whirler Virtuosos. Yeah. So if he doesn't block, he is dead.
Yeah. If he doesn't block,
he's blocking something. But
he's definitely blocking the Hazoret.
So, but do you think does he make a token to block the Hazoret? Then does he just make 1 token now to block the Hazoret, and then at the end of his turn make 2 more Thopters?
2 more Thopters. He makes 2 more tops. It's not lethal. It's not lethal as well because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 7 damage. Huh. I think it's I think it's gonna be Ilham's game here, but Lunyi, I think Lunyi has to block as many creatures as possible.
Okay, so yeah, so we see him. He's going for the Whirl of Virtuoso Thopter tokens now. Yep.
And I think we only have 1 Thopter token. It keeps getting stolen. I swear.
So so do you think he makes 3 tokens now and just blocks all 3 creatures, or does he just block the Hazoret, or does he block another combination of creatures?
So I think what he can do is to put a Virtuoso in front of the Soulscar Mage.
Okay.
All right. And maybe block two creatures.
So that opens him up to an Abrade, for example, means that the Soulscar Mage becomes a 2/3 and then can. He can't. No, just bounces.
Trade,
yeah.
And with Ilham only have 1 card. Only has one card in hand.
Yeah.
You definitely know that the Virtuoso is not gonna die this turn unless it's a pointer removal at it.
So do you think okay? So yeah, we're gonna see a single token.
But I'm not sure whether I think maybe he wants to trade off the Lenary Storm. That's 1 less threat for 1 more top the token.
Okay.
So it could be a Virtuoso on the Soulscar Mage, gang block the Lenary Storm, and 1 just throw in front. One of them been thrown in front of the Hazoret.
So yeah, so he's made 3 tokens now.
Yeah. So I think that might be the best play, and then and he does that. Yeah, Lunyi knows that he can't be racing. He can't be trying to win through the counter swing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he decided to do this block. Ilham doesn't have to worry. He has a Abrade in hand. So what's likely going to happen is that he's just going to Abrade away the Long Tusk Cup before untap phase, and the Hazoret just pick up the game from there.
Okay.
I think that is what's going to happen, but I'm not sure.
So the game is now about Hazoret, presumably.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to see an Abrade on the Long Tusk Cub.
Yep.
And then the board clears and we're left with a Whirl of Virtuoso and a Long Tusk Cub for Lunyi versus a Hazoret and a Soulscar Mage.
The Ada Hub actually helps Lunyi a little bit because now he could attack with the Long Tusk Cup and have 2 blockers again.
Yep.
Yeah. Without the Ada Hub, it would be like he has to do some weird combination of stuff again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
So you see a Harness Lightning and an Abrade in hand for Lunyi.
Yeah. So 3 mana, and what is he going to cast this turn? So I didn't see what card that is. Jet Light Ranger. Oh
wow.
Okay.
So this is a new card from Rivals over Ixalan, which is 1 green for a 2/1 with Explore.
Yeah.
Then Explore again.
Yes.
So he's going to add a Spy Bluff Canal to his hand, and then he's leaving is that a Death Gorge Scavenger on top?
Yep.
So the Jade Light Ranger is going to get a +1/+1 counter.
Yep.
Powerful card.
Yes.
And I think what's happened is people have taken out the Rogue Refiner and then
and
put in for Jade Light Ranger into this deck. Well, let's see how this goes. Because it gives you more traditional card advantage.
Yeah.
Presumably, if you see a card on top you like, you just leave it there and then get to
a 4/3.
Yeah, and if you draw 2 lands, then that's also good.
2 cards,
yeah.
So,
does the Jade Light Ranger change the way Ilham wants to play this game, or is it still all about
I think
the
it's
Hazoret?
just all about the Hazoret.
Okay.
Because Hazoret basically he could not play defensively. If he plays defensively, I don't think he can win the game. Because the Whirl of Virtuoso is just going to generate more and more. I mean, eventually, if he draws more energy source, he's just going to get more energy and just kill Ilham with Virtuoso.
Okay.
Interesting discussion about energy is that people say that 2 energy equals half a card.
Yeah.
So that's why Attenuator is actually 1.5 cards, and Rogue Refiner is actually 2.5 cards.
Yeah.
Which is quite insane.
They didn't. I remember when they first made energy, they put out a little spreadsheet. It was like 2 is half a card, 3 is a +1/+1 token, and or a +1/+1 counter. Like 6 is a card or something. It's like wow. In retrospect, maybe we should go back and edit that. To 6 is win the game if like you have an Emrakul in the top 6 cards of your library, and 3 is win the game because you have Whirl of Virtuoso tokens.
To make tokens, flying tokens.
But yeah, and here we see an Arncrop Crasher here.
That's gonna help. Wow, that's actually pretty aggressive.
So is that not game because he's going to exert the Arncrop Crasher to tap down the Jade Light Ranger?
Yeah. So it's not game because He can throw. He would make a top turn.
Make a top to, yeah, which I think is what he did. Yeah.
This is pretty interesting because 9 life. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. So it's down to 2.
Yeah. And so yeah, we see Lunyi has 2 lands in hand, then the Harness Lightning and a Braid.
Yeah. So how is Lunyi gonna get out? How is Ilham gonna get out of this? Lunyi can just afford to just sit back, attack with the Long Tusk Carp, and then, and cast the Death Gorge Scavenger, get him 2 more life. That puts him at 6. That's 1 less, one more activation from Hazoret.
So is Ilham thinking now? Every card I draw is I'm just gonna throw.
Probably. So Death God Scavenger, if Ilham doesn't miss it, he could exile the card that Scavenger eats, so he doesn't gain 2 life.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would maybe help him out.
So I think that's what he's the scavenging grounds is very close to that mountain at the moment, which I think is why he's.
But it's quite hard to see because if you're playing against a player who's not aware, because they would not realize
the treasure tokens. Yeah, I think Lunyi knows that's coming
for sure. Let's hope he knows.
Yeah.
I think he does. If not, it'll be a pretty obvious play.
So he's really pondering this now.
Yeah, because it's tricky math. If you attack for 2 with the Long Tusk Cup, you could kill off the Soul Scar Mage and make a Topter. I think this is much better.
So he's attacking with the Jade Light Ranger as well as a 3/2. Yeah.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about the Death God Scavenger, but I think that if he does that, it might be pretty bad for him.
Wow. So Spider Bluff Canal tapped, passes a turn back. So he's left open 2 removal spells, Harness Lightning and a Braid. So Ilham.
I think it's time to put on the brakes for Ilham.
Oh really? So just leave the Hazoret back to block.
Yeah, because the Hazoret is going to be eating a 1/1 regardless what.
So wow, yeah, and he just passes a turn back. And then end of Ilham's turn, Lunyi had the Braid in hand, but he seems reticent to use it. No, we're going to see a Braid on the Soulscar Mage.
I think we have Lunyi. I think Lunyi takes down this game.
I mean, 2 turns ago we were saying that this is Ilham's game.
Yeah.
Ilham's game to lose, but that.
It was Ilham's game.
Yeah. And another Spy Bluff Canal off the top.
It's not even 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can't attack because if he attacks, he loses.
So he's attacking. He's attacking, sending in the
everything.
Team. So what is Ilham's blocking? Long Tusk Cup here.
Yeah, and if he has a removal, he removes the
Jade Light Ranger and takes.
Oh no, the Virtuoso, right? The Jade Light Ranger, he just puts him to 1. It doesn't matter if he's a 1 or 2, right? But the Virtuoso gives him more.
Wow, and he scoops it up. Yeah, wow. Wow. That was a very tight game 1.
Yeah, that was really, really tough.
Very tight game 1.
I'm not sure. Maybe Ilham could have been a bit more. No, I don't think he could be more aggressive there. I think both players just played their cards right.
Okay.
So I don't think anybody could have played anything different. We thought Lunyi was the game was Ilham's because Lunyi had like mana problems at the start, right? And
and it was the Jade Light Ranger that explored, got a land first time, and then
a scavenger.
Scavenger on top as well, and and then putting a 3/2 body into the battlefield as well.
Yeah,
very powerful.
Yes,
and then just able to maneuver around the various spells that that Ilham could possibly have. Yeah, and they're gonna look at sideboards now. We've got lists printed out.
Yeah, I think we have a list printed out as well. But I need so I'm pretty new at production. I'm not as good as Mick, so I have to find out how to go to studio mode again. There you go. Click a button, and let's see if we can find the deck list. Which one? This one? Second deck.
No, okay, it's not.
Standard, and we have what? We don't have their deck list. Ilham and Ikai. I think it's currently like still in the process
still
of
in process.
in
Yeah,
process of making it. But let's go to the other feature match for now. It's over.
it's over. Yeah. So we'll get some updates when we can. Yeah, I think about half the tournament is still playing.
Yeah. So Chinning is up 1 game against Ken right now, but they have left. So I assume Chin Heng has
won. Yeah.
So congrats to Chin Heng. He makes top 8, and Ken finishes in top 12. And that was an elimination match. I was hoping they could see it. How did 2 mid-range deck finish faster than this deck?
Mana problems, maybe. I think Lunyi and Ilham both playing quite methodically.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, they're taking their time to make their play. I think Jeffrey is done with his match too. I really want to know the winner of the Jeffrey Pichun matchup. It'd be pretty nice.
So that the winner of the Jeffrey Chan Pichun matchup is going to go to the top 4. So they're going to be in the upper bracket.
Yes, they're gonna play with the winner of the Lunyi Ilham's matchup. So want to take a look at the matches for now. So Pichun and Jeffrey would the winner goes into the upper bracket finals, who would play with Ilham and Lunyi's the winner of that match, and that they lock up top 4. Pichun, the loser, will go down and play with the lower bracket, which is probably it's going to be either, if the loser of the Lunyi Ilham matchup will go lower bracket, and UBSF2 will be playing with UBS. Where is that? Hold on, I can't see UBSF2. So we were playing with the loser bracket has to play an additional round to find out who plays with plays with the upper bracket loser.
Yeah, and with the double elimination in this style, if you're in the upper bracket, you have 1 loss to give.
Yeah.
And at this point in the tournament, if you're in the lower bracket, it's lose and go home.
Yeah, lose and go home.
Well done for making it this far.
Yeah.
But if you're in the lower bracket, it's lose and go home now.
Yeah.
So it's high stakes magic, and you know, as Mark was saying, in the upper bracket, this match between Ilham and Lunyi's worth
is $100.
$100.
And the next match they're gonna play is gonna be worth. Let's see. So the next match you'll play is either gonna be top 2 or top 4.
Yeah. So it's worth
$300.
$300. Yeah. So it's a lot of there's a lot of money on the line at the moment.
The jump for the first round was only $25. It's just a small jump, and then after it went to $50, and now it's $100, and the next one's gonna be $300, and the finals you're playing for $900. So it's
the prizes are more top heavy.
Yeah.
And is that the way? So you presumably, as the architect of this tournament, that was something you were focusing on, like.
We wanted it to be top heavy because if you make it too even, there is a very highly likely that there'll be splitting that happens. But right now, the difference between first and 8th is only $50.
Yep.
So there's no point for them to split that small amount of money. But we wanted them to split at the end of the tournament. That's okay. But we made sure that we put a rule into place that the finals have to play for at least $100. So they can split however much they want, but as long as the $100 is left for the winner.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got an update from the chat: is that Pichun has beaten Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
In the upper bracket, so Jeffrey falls down to the lower bracket now.
Yes.
And he'll be fighting for his tournament life in the next round.
Yes. But he'll be at least top 6. So at least top 8. Sorry. So at least $200. Not too bad.
Not bad. But Jeffrey Chan, an early favourite of both Mick and myself.
Early favourite.
We'll be having words, I think, about.
Yeah, we can talk to him. I think Pichun is Jeffrey is playing the GPG called Pharaoh's Gift.
Okay, and Pichun was
playing Mardu's Vehicles. So it's like a new deck versus a really old deck.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty interested to see how that turns out.
It'd be interesting to know, how do people metagame for standard when one, there's no defined metagame, and 2, you have no idea what people are playing because, Mick and I talked about it in modern.
Yeah.
If you play at the store all year round, people know what each other are playing. You're not going to pick up a new deck in like a week for this tournament, so you could reasonably guess what someone will play. Yeah. But in standard, it's just like
it's open season.
Yeah, especially after the ban. So it'll be. I think people probably just went with the deck that they thought was the most powerful rather than a deck that they think is better possessioned against an expected field.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
So shuffle up and go.
Yeah, so moving into game 2, Ilham's going to be on the draw again.
Yep. So Ilham's going to be on draw. I think they both take a mulligan? No, they didn't take a mulligan, right? No, they haven't drew cards yet.
No, I think Ilham will be on the play, which is probably where, because he lost the...
Oh, yeah, he's going to be on the play.
So I think the red deck will...
No, it's the other way. It's 1-0-1. No, it's the other way. Lunyi is up a game.
I didn't say yeah. So we'll get this. Okay.
Wow, it looks like a pretty bad hand for Lunyi, right?
Yeah, so Lunyi has he's taking a mulligan. I saw he has
Phoenix.
The Phoenix, a rekindling Phoenix. Is this a card you think that people are gonna play a lot more of in standard?
Okay, so Phoenixes in like the last 5 years has not been good at all. We have Ash Cloud Phoenix, we have the previous Phoenix, I don't even remember his name, with Landfall.
Okay.
Arkham Fire, but so this is like the first time a Phoenix is actually like some sort playable.
Yeah, so it's rekindling Phoenix, which we'll bring up on the screen because it's a new card, but
it's over there. Yeah.
It's 2 red for a 4/3 flying Phoenix, and it has, when it dies, put a 0/1 elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature and return target card named Rekindling Phoenix from your grave into the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. That is a good card.
Yes.
Recursion, haste, flying,
could block
power.
twice.
It can block twice. And
wait, it can block more than once.
And how do you in standard at the moment, what are the answers that are easily answering that?
Vraska's Contempt.
Vraska's Contempt.
That's one.
If you're going to play Baffling End, so 1 and a white for the exile, and they put a dinosaur into play.
No, but that's for power 3 or less.
Power 3.
So you can't.
I can't know. Yeah, so that is Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, that's it. Vraska's Contempt or 2 removals.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it. Really?
Yeah. So it's very powerful, and 4/3 flyer with haste as well, and recursion also very good.
And the thing is that even if he removes it from the graveyard, the elemental token doesn't have to sacrifice it at the start of the
no, you can just leave it.
You can leave it there until you put it in the graveyard again with something else.
And here we go. So we see a fast start from Ilham, who turn 1 Bomat Courier, turn 2 Sunscorched Desert, Lightning Strike to your face.
This is
Lunyi
not,
already down to 14.
This is not. There's more lands for. There's more lands for Ilham. Ilham needs more threats on the board.
Yep, 3rd, and then a mountain.
And,
so Ilham has another Sunscorched Desert in his hand as well.
So Ilham played it really smart. Last turn he could have cast. Wait, so I didn't get that play.
Magma Spray from Lunyi in response to the attack. So the question is, does Ilham now...
So is that a key draw in his hand? I can't see it properly, but it looks like there's a key draw in his hand. I was wondering why he didn't cast it on turn 2.
I think he wanted to hold open... I don't know, but I think he wanted to hold open the Lightning Strike.
Why?
I don't know.
So we have to ask Ilham.
Yeah. And then Lunyi drew a Bristling Hydra for turn, Spy Bluff Canal, and then Ronus the Indomitable.
So a replacement for Rogue Refiner.
So Rogue Refiner, yeah. So Rogue Refiner becomes Ronus.
Yeah,
Ronus Refiner.
Ronus Refiner.
Yeah, and then another Sunscorched Desert for Ilham, who really doesn't want to see any more.
God versus God.
Any more lands from his deck at this point.
Yes. And this is going to be a huge amount of damage for...
and Bristling Hydra as well. And then Ronus gets in for 5.
Yep.
And passes the turn back.
And Lunyi could... It's perfect curve. He could just lay a land and cast a Glorybringer next turn.
Wow.
It's 3/4/5.
Wow.
Perfect. Perfect hand.
This could be over very, very quickly.
Yeah, this could be really fast.
Yeah, so Ilham's thinking about what to do now. The Hazoret at the moment not able to attack or block.
And he's not even able to dump as much.
Oh yeah, he's not close. He's not close. You see an we can see an Earth Shaker Kenra there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why the Kenra wasn't there on turn 2. That's a big question.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because you think Tome Boom Courier, then attack with Kenra.
Yeah, because the Lightning Strike would be better. Like, why do you want to strike the face? So I feel what Ilham actually thought was that, hey, I'm going to keep mana up for Bomat Courier.
Okay.
But then I realized that, hey, I have to discard my hand for Bomat Courier.
Yeah.
So I think that it's some fancy play syndrome there. But we have to ask him, maybe he has a reason why he didn't cast a key draw on turn 2 and instead keep the Lightning Strike up.
Yeah, and we see double Kenra now.
Yeah. Not going to do much.
But yeah, it just doesn't help at all against the bristling Hydra who's just sitting there waiting. That's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you attack. That's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
I'll eat you.
Yeah.
I'll eat you. And Lunyi just looks like he's in a great position now.
Did he draw untapped land? Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
And
drew a
it's just
second Aether Hub.
That's okay. Unless Ilham can do 13 damage in this turn, I don't think. I think
Oh,
it's
and here
over.
it comes. Glory.
Oh.
Glory is being brought.
Yeah.
And
Okay, would you have exerted?
so
Yeah,
Lunyi has
for sure.
exerted Glorybringer to get rid of an Earthshaker Kenra. And yeah, he's representing that with a piece of paper that says exerted.
Yeah.
And
Exerted.
that's 13 damage.
Is that 13 damage?
Yeah, so 4 from the Glorybringer, 4 from the Bristling Hydra,
And
5
from the
Ronus.
Ronas.
Yeah.
5, 5, 9, 13. It's just perfect. You have a removal on turn 2. You cast a Ronas on turn 3.
Yeah, and
Bristling
this-
Hydra on turn 4.
The Kenra gets in the way of
Yeah.
the Ronas. And then Ilham falls down to 7.
Yeah. 7 life and
And you know, Ilham is in.
he needs. What does he need? He needs land Hour of Devastation. That's it.
Land.
Hour of but I don't think it's in his deck. Like land Hour of Devastation, deal 5 damage to everything. Everything loses indestructible. Only way to win.
Yeah. Would take his own Hazoret with him.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, that's
yeah.
fine.
So I believe that Ilham has a Chandra Torch of Defiance in hand as well.
Yeah, so that could deal with the exerted Glorybringer.
Yeah, but you're still left with the Bristling Hydra and the
Yeah.
Ronus.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Chandra Torch of Defiance here. Go up +1.
So let me just quiz you a little. What is Ronas's ability?
It's 2 and a green, and it says target creature gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn.
Then what's the other ability?
And
Ronas.
Ronus has Death Touch.
Yeah, forgot about that.
And Ronus has Death Touch.
I
Yeah,
keep forgetting he has Death Touch.
yeah,
He has all these abilities and Death Touch.
yeah. So interesting that what we saw there was Ilham used the +1 on Chandra to make 2 red mana, then used a Braid to target the Bristling Hydra, and in response, Lunyi paid 3 energy to make the Chandra +1/+1.
The Bristling Hydra +1/+1.
Yeah,
To make sure it wouldn't die. And GG.
and that's it. Yeah,
That's it. All
So
right.
Lunyi takes that game and the match as well. So Lunyi stays in the upper bracket,
Yes.
and Ilham falls down to the lower bracket. Still one
And
match to give.
Locks top 4.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play his teammate Fupi Chun.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, they're both teammates.
So just in the Twitch chat, we've had a couple of people asking, Boo asking who's casting. It's James and Mark at the moment. Mick has done 4 rounds in a row.
Yes.
And is currently recovering
From food.
probably
He's
with a
getting-
cold flannel over his throat.
Yeah. Just giving him a break. Give him a break.
Yeah, and
for
I
a
think
bit, yeah.
Mick will be back in the booth next
Yes.
round.
Yes.
And then we'll be rotating round thereafter.
Yeah. We're gonna speak about 2018 Invitationals soon. So
Okay, so stay tuned for that.
yeah, and it's Cass Ing. Hey Cass.
And Capolo 42, sorry, is +2/+0. Yeah, on the Ronus,
What did
yeah.
you say? +2/+2?
I said +2/+2. It is +2/+0. Apologies.
It's okay.
That was yeah. The one that I think they forget with Ronus is it has Death Touch as well.
Yeah.
It is a snake. That's what. Yeah, it's a snake.
snake?
I thought it was
Oh.
a snake. I
But
thought Ronus
5/5
was the
for the
big
Death
snake.
Touch. So I remember at one tournament I played. So I was thinking so hard, right? Okay, I'm gonna make my Walking Ballista 6/6 so I can block the Ronas forever. So I made it 6/6 and then I blocked it and it was like, oh, it's Death Touch.
Yeah. No, it's Capone 42 saying, "Can I get an invitation from the US? I have a big beard." You can have an invitation if you come to Singapore
And play.
get 10 seasonal qualifier points, get into a seasonal qualifier.
30 seasons.
30 over one season. Get into a seasonal qualifier, finish in the top 2.
For next year, it'll be top 1.
Oh, top
Yeah.
1. Okay.
And then
Spoiler.
You can call. Yeah, it's okay. For next year, our invitational is gonna switch a little bit. We saw the quality of players and we asked the players what they want for the new year, and we're gonna reveal what's gonna happen maybe in an hour or so.
Okay.
Exchange squirrel tokens. You need a lot of squirrel tokens. Maybe like the winner has to play a Capolo for the win. It's just at the end.
And so our other feature match area, our feature match on the backup table has already finished.
Yes, and we see Chin Heng dispatching Kenhu 2-0. Kenhu was my pick. Because no one picked Kenhu, so I was like, I pick Ken.
Playing blue-white control.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Play it fast.
contradiction.
Come on, play burn. Play a fast deck.
Yeah. So yeah. So we just we'll probably see you soon. See you guys
Yeah,
soon.
I think we'll be back. We'll put on
put on a replay.
we'll put on a replay quickly now, or we'll put on the player profile, and then we'll be back presently.